Yeah, I think so. Working on it.
Mr. Mayor, we live.
All right. Thank you for that, Mark. Today is June 7th, 2023. The time is 7:14 p.m. and I'm calling to order the Ballin Park City Council regular meeting. Is there anybody in the room that can lead us in an invocation?
Pastor Jackson's here.
Okay. Pastor Jackson, do you mind leading us in an invocation? Couldn't see him. Pastor Jackson, do you mind leading us in an invocation? And if you're able to do so, please stand at this point.
Heavenly Father, we come before you right now in the name of the Lord. Said to acknowledge you in all of our ways and you would direct our path. Baldwin Park needs your divine direction. We're asking you to put your mighty hand upon the mayor, the city council, people that making the laws and govern the city. We're asking you, oh God, to touch our police department, Lord, and put that hedge of protection around about them. Lord, as they're out into the streets, no hurt, harm, or danger will come to them, that they will be able to do their job and go back home to their families, Lord. We're lifting up our jobs and the businesses, Lord, that the business here in Baldwin Park will prosper, Lord God. So we're asking you, Lord God, to just stir them up and bring much business here in our cities. Lord, I have to move over to our schools, Lord, and especially saying these young people that are here, that your mighty hand will be upon them, Lord God, leading, guiding, and directing them and helping them and putting that hedge of protection around about them and keeping them from all hurt, harm, or danger from drugs and gangs, Lord God, that they will grow up to be productive citizens in Baldwin Park and wherever you place them when they grow up, Lord. So we thank you, Lord God, for our fire department as well that protects us with the fires and all. And Lord, we have the school teachers that you touch them as they're teaching our children, Father. And we give you the praise and the glory and thank you, Lord God, for everything that you're doing for our city of Baldwin Park. In the name of the Lord, we pray. Amen.
Standing and facing the flag, put your right hand over your heart.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. City Clerk, can I have a roll call, please? And before you continue, just note Councilmember Damian and Councilwoman Alejandra Avila will not be joining us today. And I will go ahead and make a motion to excuse them. Can I have a second?
Second.
Any objections? If not, City Clerk, continue.
Mayor Emmanuel Estrada.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia.
Here.
Councilmember Ayala.
Here.
Let the record reflect that council members Avila and Damian have been excused from tonight's meeting.
Thank you for that, City Clerk. City Attorney, we did not have a special meeting this evening, which means that we did not have a closed session, so therefore there's nothing to report. Thank you for that. We will move on to our proclamations, commendations, and presentations. And so we will start off with our...
Before we do that, can we close on behalf of Jake Barendet, who is a coach here in the community? He unfortunately lost his wife, Jennifer. And so I wanted to extend our condolences from this on behalf of the city to Jake and to his family and to Jennifer's loved ones. So our deepest condolences, and I'll get the information for our scroll at a later time.
Great, thank you for that, Mayor Pro Tem. We will continue with proclamations, commendations, and presentations, and we do have a proclamation for the 2023 Gun Violence Awareness Day presented to Francois. So I will ask you and your team to come up here at the dais and join me, and we will read that proclamation. So the 2022 national, 2023, well, scratch that off with a pen, don't worry. 2023 National Gun Violence Awareness Day is the first Friday in June. And whereas every day more than 110 Americans are killed by gun violence, alongside more than 200 who are shot and wounded, and on average there are nearly 16,000 gun homicides every year, and whereas Americans are 26 times more likely to die by gun homicide than people in other high-income countries, California, there's an average of 3,160 gun deaths every year. And cities across the nation, including Baldwin Park, are working to end the senseless violence with the evidence-based solutions. And whereas in January 2013, Hadia Pendleton was tragically shot and killed at the age of 15, on June 3rd, 2022, we acknowledge this 25th birthday of Hadia Pendleton. People across the United States will recognize National Gun Violence Awareness Day and wear orange in tribute to Hadia and other victims of gun violence. And by wearing orange, Americans will raise awareness about gun violence and honor the lives of victims and survivors. We renew our commitment to reduce gun violence and pledge to do all we can to keep firearms out of the wrong hands and encourage responsible gun ownership to help keep our children safe. Whereas together we honor and remember all victims and survivors of gun violence and declare that we as a city and country will do more to reduce gun violence across our nation. Congratulate Francois Colton, member of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America, for spreading awareness in our community. Now, therefore, I, Emmanuel J. Estrada, Mayor of the City of Baldwin Park, along with Mayor Pro Tem Monica Garcia, Council Members Alejandra Avila, Gina Mayala, Daniel Damian, City Clerk Christopher Sands, and City Treasurer Joanna Valenzuela, do hereby proclaim the first Friday in June 2023 as National Gun Violence Awareness Day, the City of Baldwin Park, and encourage all citizens to support their community's efforts to prevent the tragic effects of gun violence, honor and value human lives.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this proclamation. It means so much to me. Let's face it, guns are out there. And so Wear Orange is an event that happens the first weekend in June. I'm a member of Moms Demand Action, and we are basically a nonpartisan grassroots organization made up of non-gun owners and gun owners with the goal of reducing gun violence and improving gun safety for everyone. And we believe the Second Amendment and that it can be respected while simultaneously better protecting people through common sense gun legislation. So as he mentioned, Gun Violence Awareness Day is sometimes referred to as just Wear Orange, which was created after the tragic death of a beautiful, talented young girl. She performed in the parade for the second inaugural parade for Obama in 2013, and the week after she went back to Chicago, Illinois, and was killed by a gun, a stray bullet. She was such a powerful young lady and had really strong dreams to move up in the world, and so as a result, her friends and family were able to create Wear Orange. It was her favorite color. It's the color that hunters wear, announce themselves to other hunters when they're out there hunting. And it's also the color that symbolizes the value of human life. She would have been 26 actually this year. So now people across the U.S. recognize National Gun Violence Awareness Day and wear orange in tribute to Hadia Pendleton. And it's basically to honor the people who've died due to gun violence or survived, and the families and friends left behind. So this is an opportunity every year where we can educate others about senseless gun violence in this country. Just in terms of a quick little bit of data, every day in this country, the United States of America, 8 children and teens will be shot unintentionally by family fire. And these are often preventable. Blocking and storing guns is a huge, it's an important part of what we need to start doing and have started, but we need to do a better job because children will find those guns and use them as toys to hurt themselves and or others. So if you have a gun, I'd like to ask you to please consider locking your gun, storing the guns, the bullets elsewhere. It's been proven that people can still get to their guns in time, and even if they're locked. So please do consider that. Don't our children deserve the best? Right? And there's guns are used for domestic violence as well. So anyway, I was really shocked last year to say that the number one cause of death of children in this country is gun violence. And it's still the same. It hasn't changed. So we need to do something about it. We need to educate people about it. There was in Covina High that was closed recently because there was a threat of violence there. These things happen all over the country all the time. So please consider locking your guns as just one piece of the puzzle. And also want to give a shout out to the active SGV, who's been a partner with Baldwin Park and the county. They are committed to community and green spaces, which has proven to reduce gun violence. So let's build more green space. I know you've done a great job with that already. Thank you. But yeah, thank you all very much for this proclamation. It really means a lot to all the people out there who know someone who's died from gun violence.
Thank you. Next, we'd like to recognize the Sierra Vista High School girls flag football team, being one of 8 high schools selected for the pilot launch of the CIF-SS for a girls flag football league. So I'm going to go ahead and ask all the members of the Sierra Vista High School flag football team to join me up here in the dais.
And the athletic director.
All right.
Hello.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Where's the athletic director?
Is coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's her name right here. Robin Garcia. Then the head coach. Luis.
You have certificates for them too?
Don't know the coach.
They're all here, right? I saw some. Coach. I mean, you're a coach and you're not on the team, right?
Yeah, I'm a senior.
Oh, no. Just kidding.
I have a video, introductory video,
Okay.
with full sound effect. Nice for you guys. Surprise. See you.
Coach, do you want to speak on behalf of the team here? Okay, now is your time.
First off, I do want to thank you guys, the city, our team, for giving us opportunity to be recognized. It's been going on almost now 3 years, and the beauty about this whole thing is the light that it got the last year. And I thought about this earlier. We wouldn't be standing up here. We wouldn't have gone to the SoFi Stadium, Nike, Under Armour, and we wouldn't have been a part of the NFL Network if it wasn't for our AD, Miss Robin, because, man, she's the one that believed in us and believed in this idea and this team, even before it was all created and before we even got accepted. So the girls behind me, yeah, the coaches are, would you say, the brain of the whole squad, but without the girls putting in the work, Monday through Friday, 2 games a week, Saturdays when we went to Nike and to Redondo Beach, endless. Our drives, that video didn't show it, but we would drive Wednesdays, was it 2 p.m.? 2 p.m. and we would not come back to 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Daily, weekly, for weeks on end. So the work that these girls put in has been something amazing to see, especially getting now the recognition that they deserve. Yeah, we put in the work and we put the strategies, but without them showing up every day, without them putting in the work, without them not giving up, we wouldn't even be here. And like I said, us coaches were missing one of our other coaches, Guillermo, but this didn't happen if it wasn't for Robin. It wasn't for our school, Cerro Vista, being behind us. And like I said, I'm very proud of my girls and what it's created now. And a fun fact, we did not win one game the whole year, our first season. But I promise you guys, and they won't let me lie, we did not miss 1 week of practice and we did not miss one game. We showed up, and I think now a lot of California knows who Cerro Vista is and what this team brings and who Baldwin Park is on the girls' flag football side. So thank you guys for the opportunity. I'm proud of my girls, and Robin, thank you so much for everything. Thank you guys.
Very exciting, and it's always, maybe I have a little bit of a bias, but I'm very proud as a Sierra Vista alumnus, and it's always nice to see Sierra Vista, growing and taking on challenges, and for the girls to, be breaking barriers, especially from a city like ours. We're the hub of the valley, so we're in the center of the San Gabriel Valley, and we're setting the example. Well, they're setting the example, so it's very exciting to see it, and we're here to support you all the way. We do have a little bit of a biography of the program. So the Sierra Vista High School Chosen for Life CIF Girls Flag Football League. Sierra Vista High School is one of 8 schools selected for the pilot launch of the California Interscholastic Federation Southern Section Girls Flag Football League. The Sierra Vista High School girls flag football team spent the last year training daily to develop physical skills, confidence, and to solidify personal bonds. As they built a team that has become a pioneer of the sport in the San Gabriel Valley. Baldwin Park Unified School District, Sierra Vista High School is one of 8 high schools selected for the pilot program, and more than 70 teams applied for a coveted spot. The CIFSS voted on September 29th to make flag football an official girls high school sport, with the goal of making the game official in California by the 2023-2024 school year. The Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers collaborated to start the pilot high school league, and the NFL teams provided uniforms and gear during a special jersey unveiling at SoFi Stadium on October 6th. In flag football, athletes do not tackle. Instead, the play ends when an opposing player pulls the flag of the ball carrier. This also makes the sport safer and more affordable than tackle football because pads and helmets are not needed for protection. Now in its second year, the Sierra Vista High School girls flag football team has more than 15 athletes, and students practice from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Mondays through Fridays, and game days are on Wednesdays. We're going to go, we have some certificates for you, and I will read out your names. I'm going to ask your athletic director to collect these, and they will hand them out to you when we have time. But the certificate of recognition is for the Sierra Vista High School girls flag football team members, and it congratulates you for being selected as one of 8 schools for the pilot launch of the CIF SS Girls Flag Football League. We commend you for your hard work, confidence, and dedication. We wish you continued success with your athletic endeavors, and thank you for the favorable recognition you bring to your school and to the city of Baldwin Park. Don't leave yet. And we have their athletic director and coaching staff. It's Robin Reclusado Garcia, athletics director. We have Luis Verduzco, coach, and Saturnino Robles, assistant coach. The flag football players for the 2022-2023 season are Carla Alvarado, Nathalie Arellano Rivas, Maya Cervantes, Sandra Cervantes, Itzel Escobar, Delilah Heredia, Itzel Herrera, Brianna Manriquez, Nayeli Reyes Rodriguez, Jocelyn Rodriguez Guerra, Abigail Romero, Alyssa Romero Padilla, Natasha Sinvongsa, trying to lower my voice on that one, I don't want to mess it up, and Lotus Wu. Director, you have any words?
Thank you very much, City of Baldwin Park, for recognizing these young ladies. It's been a whirlwind last 2.5 years. We had the opportunity to start a team, and Noreen at this district office of Baldwin Park supported it, and we ran with it. These girls and the coaches, it's like I said, it's been a great adventure. And look out, here we come. We are 2 years ahead of everybody else. So I will post schedules. Y'all can come and watch us. You can be the first one on the sideline since you're the alumni. Yeah. So thank you very much for recognizing us. Thank you.
I'll wear the mascot uniform if you want me to.
I'd like to say a few words.
Yes.
So I just want to congratulate all of you for such hard work and for being trailblazers, creating an opportunity not only for yourselves, but also for those that will come after you. You've helped to bring a very successful program to your school and to the city. And so I hope that you will take away the lessons from this experience and carry them forward in your life. Be trailblazers out there. So thank you for representing us in such a positive way. Sorry. Thanks to the coaches. I don't know, I'm getting emotional. I'm so proud of all of you.
I'm not trying to take up the whole night here, but we did have 2 seniors sign with Heston College today. They will be on scholarship. Nayeli and Abby, they will be playing flag football for Heston College next year.
Mayor, I'd like to thank you. I too would like to congratulate the coaches and Sierra Vista and the girls as well. I agree with my colleagues. We're just so proud of everything that you represent, coming from the hub of the San Gabriel Valley. And a very good friend of mine who is a graduate of Sierra Vista said, and I think it rings true for all of you, that diamonds come from Baldwin Park. Diamonds come, and you're a rare form right there. I would also like to take this moment to, on behalf of our Senator Susan Rubio in the 22nd District, she's presenting this certificate to the girls flag football team from Sierra Vista High School, year 2022-2023, on behalf of the California State Senate. It is her honor to recognize the Sierra Vista High School girls flag football team for your selection to the pilot launch of the CIF Girls Flag Football League. You are role models to student athletes in the city of Baldwin Park and throughout the 22nd Senate District. Congratulations, June 7th, 2023, our State Senator Susan Rubio. So thank you.
You're awesome. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you, guys. That's what it's all about. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Next, we'd like to do a certificate of recognition for recognizing employees of the Baldwin Park Police Department that have served for 20 plus years. So what we'll do, if the officer or staff member is here, you can join me at the dais, and then we can take a little break for you to take pictures with your family, wherever you'd like. And so we do have we'll start off with the 20 plus years of service, and we have acting captain Josh Hendricks. Y2K'er was hired in 1999. Go ahead, yeah. Yeah. Will fit. We have record specialist Irma. What's her last name? Quiones. Irma Quiones. We have Lieutenant David Leon. Lieutenant David Leon is currently at the North Park graduation, and we have dispatcher Karina Morales. We have Officer Juan Cerrato. Sergeant Noé Cervantes. Officer Frank Real. Sergeant Tony Gamboa. Police Technician Diana Huerta. Officer Richard Ogas. With 25 years of service, we have a dispatch supervisor, Elizabeth Pereira. Dispatcher, Pat Dana. Dispatcher, Francis Nuno. With 25 or more years of service, we have Executive Secretary, Vanessa Pineda. And we have Community Service Officer, Lily Rubio. With 33 years of service, we have Parking Enforcement Officer, Dolores Madsen. I don't know how you've been working so long. None of you look a day past 21. I gotta get the points while I can, right? But we are very, very excited. And a lot of times, we don't really recognize it, but we are incredibly lucky and fortunate to have a local Baldwin Park Police Department that's run locally and that's governed locally. and most important of all, that has so many dedicated members of it, and a lot of them being local to Baldwin Park, growing up here and dedicating their service to it. So we want to show them our gratitude and let them know that it doesn't go unnoticed, and we are incredibly grateful for their service and their dedication to Baldwin Park. Oh, Chief or Council, whoever.
Yeah. So it's an honor for me to be here to thank the men and women behind me. If you really think about it, they represent 356 years of service or experience standing behind you. So that's an amazing amount of folks who have dedicated their lives here to the community. I'm very proud of everyone that's behind me. They've done an amazing job. They continue to do an amazing job, despite all the things the hurdles that we go through every day. They're here, and I wanted to honor them and thank them for their time, their service, and their dedication to the community. So my thanks to you for allowing me, Mayor and council members, thank you for allowing me to celebrate their dedication to the community. So thank you.
I also want to congratulate you on all these years of service to the community. I would have to agree with the mayor that we have a very young bunch here. I would have never guessed, 33, 25, 20 plus years here with the city. So thank you so much for all of your commitment, for coming in and day out, I'm sure, right? And also kind of going through the different chapters that this police department has seen. And so just want to say thank you. We appreciate you.
All right, so if everybody can punch in real quick for a group photo. Oh, and then we do have our state representative. Don't forget, our state representative.
Good evening. I also have a certificate for the police department as well. My name is Crystal Lopez, and today I am here in behalf of our Senator Susan Rubio. So with that said, in behalf of our California State Senate, it is my honor to recognize your tireless effort and exceptional courage to protect and serve. Thank you for your years of service where professional integrity, positive community relations, a continued commitment make a significant impact for the Baldwin Park Police Department in our community. Congratulations from the Senator Susan Rubio.
Sorry, Mayor, you've been squeezed out. Okay, ready?
There's a couple to pass out. You want to pass them out, or this is Dolores?
We'll have staff pass them out.
This is more.
You want these up there, Chief?
We'll do one after.
I have 5 plaques for everybody, and they basically read the same except for the time on the job. So this plaque is presented to you in honor of your time on of many years of distinguished service, and to thank you for your dedication and commitment to the residents of Baldwin Park and the Baldwin Park Police. And so each one of them has the date that you were hired, the amount of time that you've spent with us. Thank you to you all. Dolores. Lily? Liz?
All right. You want to take a picture with your plaques? Okay.
Just the five? Yeah, just the five. Just the five.
Okay. And then okay. And then if anybody wants to take pictures with their families with the hub, you can do so after we take this picture.
Who's following?
I remember. I remember 30 years ago.
I don't. Right, Mickey? Next year. Mickey? Next year.
I gave all of them. Maybe like 4 people. Vanessa. Could you get them? I mean, the picture, and do you want to take it with some of the officers over there, or do you want to? Tell them for them with the black. Yeah. Just the red, close. You want the name? You want to go in the front?
Oh, okay, it's so overdue. Like, ever had done it? And it's okay, because back then it was only me. Red, of course. Yeah, of course.
Is that your grandpa? He's so cute. And my son. And my husband. Fernando. Yeah, Fernando. Oh my God. I'm always chatting his chin. Right? Oh, he's so cute. Walter. Thank you. Congratulations, hon. Lily's grandson. Everyone's like, who's this? This one. Can you take it? Yeah, I don't have my phone. Qué guapo, mira qué niño.
Say hi. Say hi.
Oh, you want me?
Oh, we gotta take a picture. We get her after.
He's adorable. He's like, oh, wait, you want to hold me? Okay. Yeah, I know. But I guess I want to take you over there. It's her son or her grandson? Her son.
Like the idea of bringing them here.
That's the
Like,
Oh, what a cutie.
I did.
¿Te want algo? Did I leave you my line, the blue one?
No, mija.
You know, alguien me lo quitó. Oh, Lord.
That's like the.
Did you take mine? Oh, okay. No, because you gave it to me, but then I don't know what happened to it. Somebody probably took it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Not like you know who's your contact? You. You know who'll be like, Rosa, I need one more. I need one more. Oh, aquí está. Oh, my sister said, oh. You know what? Let me get my pocket. Here. Oh, yeah.
We don't know what they do.
Hi, good.
congratulations to you guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Hey. I came all the way over here to congratulate Dee.
Yeah.
The baby street. Yeah, that's it. Oh, I didn't bring my phone. Pretty good. Oh, okay.
Here.
You'll see.
Okay. And I'll send it to
I
you.
mean, I've experienced it. You know what I mean? And my own family. It's very-
Yeah, and then you see me.
There are a lot of young ones in this bunch. I didn't realize you guys were there that long. Yeah, I've been there 27 years. I started, I was really young. I was young. 22, I started out.
It's with the college?
And the coach started off when we were 17.
What college?
You're out there.
No, it doesn't.
Congrats. I knew you were going out this week, so I didn't want to miss it.
Oh, Sam.
You guys are going to be out or more out. It was on the far left of yeah, on the far left. Her name is Excel. She interned last year as part of the youth hiring program. Coming back this year. She starts on Monday, so I wanna see if I can give her words of encouragement. She's working all day. I mean every day, not all day.
Oh, nice, nice.
Oh, tú quieres una cambiar con eso.
And how does she?
On the team?
That's Jen.
Oh yeah. We promote.
So my third last name is Quiñones. I never used it, but I put it in here because her last name.
Hey,
You just go by Gutierrez, right?
Yeah, good job.
have the orientation on Monday and then a special
My name's Hyphen, and I don't even know the Hyphen part. Said hi. Hola, ¿cómo están, my parents?
it'll be like late.
Samuel Gutierrez para servir.
We brought Diana. Monday.
Got it. I'm gonna say Mala.
Yeah, my name's Hyphen,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
don't even use it. The only people who actually call
It's
me by
more
my
of
full
the-
name is the school district.
RCS us.
Yeah, because that's how I have it under legal documentation for my son's
And it is
school.
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And last year we brought.
I'm
Aguilar.
Valenzuela Hyphen.
With my
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm Quiñones, so when I first met Sam, he's like, I'm Quiñones. I
Representative.
said, I'm a S. He's a, I'm a Z.
I'm a Z. It's like when you meet the Gutierrez or some Z's.
So yeah.
Your last year,
Exactly. Well, his is with the Z.
and then this.
Mine's with the Z.
Have you ever met a Lopez with a Z, S at the end?
Yes.
I met S. I usually see it in Z. I never really
Yeah.
see it as
They're very, there's
very
not
rare.
that many.
They're a rare one.
I'm gonna say UC Irvine for
It's pretty funny.
Oh, I love that. And I feel like we do,
Sugar or something.
we fight on doing that.
Is there anything sugary in those buckets?
I mean,
She's off taking.
That's what we saw.
Dry. Something sweet.
I know, look.
Highlighted or breakfast. Are you still with your voice on?
I did my prep right here, look. I put my.
Oh, I know. I'm like, I need something to
being
eat.
overlooked, being brought into the fold.
You guys make sure you guys like it.
Thank you.
My hand.
Are too far removed from it.
Yes, thank you. All right.
Get enough with our.
Everybody left.
Cool. We're going to go ahead and continue with our proclamations. All right, we're gonna go ahead and continue on with our proclamations. So I'm going to ask our staff members to come up here.
He's over there.
Khalil.
Khalil.
Probably because of these girls. Probably because of your son. Oh, that's wrong. Sam, wrong.
Welcome.
You're a veteran already. You've been with us a week. Yeah. 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Had a positive experience.
All right. So we are introducing our new community enhancement supervisor, Khalil Abani. Khalil was appointed as community enhancement supervisor in May of 2023, and he moved to California in the year of 2007 and began his career in the city of Whittier as code enforcement officer 1 and 2. One of Khalil's strengths is his customer service skills, which he has developed over the past 20 years in the public sector. Khalil likes to communicate with and educate residents and business owners to help them better understand the municipal code. He is a certified code enforcement officer through the California Association of Code Enforcement Officers, possesses several professional certificates, and has over 15 years of experience as a code enforcement officer. Khalil has previously worked for the city of Hollywood, Florida, and has over 6 years of parking enforcement officer supervisor service experience. Some of Khalil's hobbies include walking, bicycle riding, working out, and spending time with his family. Please help me welcome our newest community enhancement supervisor. Any words for us?
Good evening. I would like to thank all of you for having me tonight for the kind of working for the city of Baldwin Park. And I'm grateful I get hired for this position, and I'm gonna look forward to continue working with all of you. And thank you very much. That's all I have to say.
Khalil, it's nice to meet you, and welcome to the city of Baldwin Park. I know that we will be eager to meet with you and talk about, the different priorities in the city, but I'm sure as you've taken the opportunity to drive around the community, you already see a lot of opportunities. So looking forward to meeting with you and just hearing, what those priorities are. And yeah, welcome. We're excited to have you.
I too would like to welcome you, Khalil, to the city of Baldwin Park. We're a very small community, but very tight-knit. And we really appreciate you coming and joining us. And we just look forward to working with you. So thank you so much and welcome.
She's counting and she's clicking. Oh, I know. She's so fast. Are you for hire? You did. That's why I said.
All right. And it is June, which means it is Pride Month. So I'm going to ask Camilla to come up here and join me for the Pride Proclamation.
Last time we did the bump.
Hey, how you doing? It's always nice to see Camilla. Camilla and I go way back all the way to elementary. So it's always nice to see my colleagues getting stuff done. And so LGBTQ plus is Pride Month. So it's June 2023, whereas for more than 50 years, June has been celebrated as LGBTQ plus Pride Month nationwide in honor of all lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer citizens They have worked tirelessly for respect, equality, and their very own right to exist, asking for equal protection under the law. And whereas to this day, the rights of LGBTQ+ Americans are under relentless attack and criticism, they live in fear and continue to face discrimination, violence, intolerance, and injustice. And everyone should be able to live without fear of prejudice, hatred, and brutality, regardless of ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, age, mental, or physical disability. And whereas we celebrate and support the LGBTQ+ community and Pride Month and demand equal rights for all, we uphold and commit to delivering awareness, safety, protection, and equality. And whereas together we congratulate Camila Camillon for the San Gabriel Valley LGBTQ+ Center for the hard work and dedication they provide in promoting safer and more inclusive communities in the San Gabriel Valley for people of all sexual orientations and gender identities. Baldwin Park's highest priority is to support all LGBTQ+ Americans in our community, neighboring cities, and across America. Now, therefore, I, Emmanuel J. Estrada, Mayor of the City of Baldwin Park, along with Mayor Pro Tem Monica Garcia, Council members Alejandra Avila, Gina Mayala, Daniel Damian, City Clerk Christopher Sands, and City Treasurer Joanna Valenzuela do hereby proclaim June 2023 as LGBTQ+ Pride Month in the City of Baldwin Park and call upon all citizens and community members to recognize and support Pride Month and to wave your pride flags high.
Good evening, council members and folks here in the room and online. My name is Camila Camillon, and I am the board president of the San Gabriel Valley LGBTQ+ Center. We as an organization vow to acknowledge the world we live in and take a stand wherever it is. So today is an empowering moment. We have been fighting for many years, and I want to thank Mayor Estrada for their contributions to advance the needs of our LGBTQ residents across the city as a member of the San Gabriel Valley Pride Roundtable. Our San Gabriel Valley Pride Roundtable was created because council members, mayors, county and community members across the San Gabriel Valley were willing to take action to create welcoming cities for queer and transgender people and wanted to build a bridge of pride across the region. Today, we are engaging in a dialogue, and it's a necessary one. Thank you for this third proclamation to the San Gabriel Valley LGBTQ Center, and happy Pride Month, everyone.
And we do want to invite everybody to our Pride Mixer, which will take place at the first Concerts in the Park, the last Thursday of June. And it starts at 5, I believe, 5:30. Then that is the Pride Mixer, and it is it'll be before the concert. So we'll make sure that you have a good time there celebrating and finding resources available to you. So please make sure you mark your calendar, and we'll see you there. And so now I will move to open public communication. City Clerk, is there anybody looking to speak?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. At this time, we have one comment card from Catherine Lozier.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and members of the council and community. Tonight, I wanted to share that the LA County Library has updated and expanded 2 programs. The first is our laptop and hotspot program. We've purchased updated laptops that now include Chrome with built-in LTE that allows customers to check out laptops and not have to worry about finding Wi-Fi. Customers with library card holders who are 18 years or older can borrow a Chromebook for up to 6 weeks at a time with an option to renew if laptops are available. And we can help get them on. So if you don't know computers, it's a great way to test drive a Chromebook to see if it would work for your needs. And then the LA County Library has also expanded the Work Ready program. Work Ready is multifaceted with not only virtual programs on career topics, but also the ability to check out a Chromebook to improve your career skills as well as to apply for jobs. And I'm really happy to report that Baldwin Park Library is now a full-service work-ready site. We now have laptops that we can help check out to customers who specifically need it for career improvement and applying for jobs. So anybody interested, please direct them to the library. We also have computer assistance on Wednesdays. Hopefully we'll expand that further out, but we can also help people fill out job applications as well. And then I'd also like to promote 2 programs that we're going to be having in June. We are going to be celebrating Juneteenth. It's our Juneteenth Celebrating Freedom program that will take place on Wednesday, June 14th from 3 to 4 p.m. This is best for children age 5 to 11 with their parents and caregivers. Children will learn about Juneteenth, and then will get to create their own Juneteenth flag. And then we'll have a professional magician coming into the library on Wednesday, June 21st from 4 to 5 p.m. It's Christopher T. Magician, and his program is There's a Book for That. Being a kid can be tough sometimes, but no matter what kids are going to, they can come to the library and find that there is a book for that. And this is best for children age 3 to 11 with their parent and caregiver. For any more information on the library, any of our programs or services, please feel free to stop into the library or give us a call at 626-962-6947. We're always happy to see you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.
Mr. Mayor, I'd also like to acknowledge a letter that we received from Attorney Janet Gagnon in regards to agenda item number 9. It was directed to all members of the city council. I'll be happy to forward it to staff and to council again. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Is there anybody else looking to speak?
No, Mayor, that concludes all requests for comment.
Great. At this moment, if you didn't fill out a speaker card and you would like to speak, now is your time. And seeing that nobody is looking to speak, we will move to close public communication. And we will go into our consent calendar. Is there any items council is looking to pull?
Mayor, I'd like to pull item number 7.
Okay.
Mayor, I'd like to pull item 1 and 2.
Okay. And I will pull items 8 and 9. So I will make a motion to pass items 1 through 10, excluding 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. Can I have a second?
Second.
City Clerk, roll call, please.
Mayor Estrada,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayala,
Yes.
motion passes 3-0.
Great, thank you for that. City Clerk, Councilwoman Ayala, you have the floor.
Thank you. Regarding item 1, I just have a quick question, Rose, regarding the warrants. There's a payment number, and I appreciate the detailed description that you give regarding them, but the payment number 241108 regarding Alder Horse International LLC. The description is regarding some daily boarding for the months of February to March, and I'm thinking it wasn't brought till May when we had spoken about budgets before. Sometimes we have delay in the vendors either giving it or maybe us paying them out, correct? So that's why maybe there's that 2 to 3 month lapse, because it's noted as a February to March payment. That's possibly.
Yes, I will pull the detail.
Okay,
Mail it to
I know that these are paid out. My concern was the delay of it, but also maybe a little bit more information in terms of if we could just, I'm not going to hold it up, but just in terms of just what does it mean by daily boarding? What is that? Where is that coming from? I guess is what I'm asking. So we'll talk later, but I just had those questions regarding it. And if that was why the delay of February and March payment.
Yes.
Okay.
I will find out the information and email the response to you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
If there's no other, I motion to approve that, Mayor.
Okay, I'll second. City Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Ayala,
Yes.
Mayor Estrada,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0.
All right, thank you for that. Councilwoman Ayala, you have the floor with item number 2.
Number 2, regarding the minutes, I just want to thank Shirley and Crystal for their work that they're doing on transcribing the minutes. My only concern in terms of, and I'm great with approving them. The only concern I have is that I'm only privy to attachment number 1, which would be the meeting that I was attending. Numbers 2 to 7, I was not on this board then, so I don't know if I'd be abstaining or not approving at all. I wasn't here for those minutes. Items 2 to 7, I'm only privy to number 1, so I don't know, City Attorney, how we would
So
motion that or
So
whatever.
theoretically, you could vote on it, even though you weren't here, because the minutes would obviously accurately reflect the fact that you weren't here. But if you're not comfortable with them, there isn't enough of a quorum to move forward with the minutes, so the council may wish to hold these over until the next meeting when you have more members. But you could theoretically vote on them. You'd just be voting for the fact that they're accurate in the sense that you're reflected as not being at the meeting.
Okay. Then I'm good with that. Thank you. I motion to approve.
I'll second. City Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilmember Ayala,
Yes.
Mayor Estrada,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0.
Great, thank you for that. Mayor Pro Tem, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I was looking at this item and I did notice that in the report, it mentioned this project was not included in the complete streets for the main project. And I think it was because it didn't get the support. So I was just curious to know, does this council support the idea? And second, what is the temporary? When we talk about temporary, what is that time frame?
No, yeah, absolutely. I can speak to that. So to address the temporary question is this intersection originally was supposed to have the roundabout improvement that was eliminated as part of the Complete Streets project. And so we went back, eliminated and designed a traditional traffic signal system. So that is scheduled to be installed. It's going to come to the city council soon. Design is finalized, and we want to go out to bid to do the traditional signal. So in the intervening time between now and when we start that project, we want to do a demonstration of how a roundabout would work. And so the plan is to have one event, have city council come out, celebrate the closure of the street, and demonstrate how the roundabout works, and then leave it there for the public for a while. That could mean a month, 2 weeks, depending on what we decide, and then prep the site back so that we can install the traditional signal.
Should we make the decision now what the time frame looks like? And I'm sure that we've looked at the traffic that goes through this intersection and taken that into consideration.
Absolutely. That would be great if we can discuss the time frame now so that we have direction on how long we want it set up out there. The project is funded by a grant from the COG, and it was a way to divert funds that were dedicated to open street events, if you recall those, where the street was closed and it opened up the streets for pedestrians, bicyclists, and all that. And those are typically a one-day event. During COVID, those events were canceled, and so the funds were repurposed for other types of closing of the street. So this one will demonstrate how a roundabout works, but now post-COVID, I think we can have more people involved, close the street for one day, and then leave it there for a set number of time as the council directs.
So Sam, are we closing the street?
Only for the event. So the plan is to have an event, maybe a 2-hour, 3-hour event, close the street so we can demonstrate how the roundabout works and how the safety benefits of a roundabout are applied, just so that people can start understanding, roundabouts and their function.
And then, so that would lead to, let's say, if we decided a 2-week demonstration.
Correct. And so after the event, the street is opened up so that the general public can use it.
Is this something we want to discuss with the full council present?
So we had a presentation on March 1st where we presented the idea and we got direction to proceed. So we've gone and selected a contractor through the proposal process. And so this is that contract.
Well, I think, I was part of the original plan to eliminate it. And I still have my, I still have my reservations about implementing something like this. I grew up in that neighborhood. And so I wonder if this would be a good location. It is heavily, there's a lot of vehicle traffic and a lot of pedestrians, children, right, crossing to go to school. And so I'm concerned, I just don't know if this is really truly the best intersection in our city. I would have thought something smaller, like.
Well, I will say Mayor Protem Garcia, not because I would by any means know the area like you do. You grew up there. But I do go up on Main on my way home.
Yeah.
And Main, it can be deceiving because you go on Main after leaving City Hall and it's mostly commercial, except when you go past Olive, you really go into more of a residential area.
Yeah.
And there's even, as you know, school crossings there.
Oh, yeah.
So the idea, I believe, also for this location to be optimal in that regard is that traffic circles do slow traffic down. And so the effect hopefully will be that there's not, that without doing any other type of perhaps more problematic traffic calming strategies, that this will have that effect and the opportunity to provide the artwork. Now, this is only temporary, so it's not like you're deciding to have this already become a permanent traffic circle, but it will calm down traffic. That's the whole idea of the traffic circles as you go up into the residential area.
And I understand all of that. I've been a strong advocate for complete streets. You know that, Sam, for years.
Yes.
And was advocating for improvements to Main Avenue to do exactly that, slow down traffic and allow for, especially our youth, to be able to cross Main safely, because that was a challenge before at different points along Main Avenue. My concern here is it could create more confusion for the drivers and pedestrians. But at the same time, I don't want to be closed-minded. And so I would say let's give this maybe a week and then see how it's going, but be prepared to pull it if it's not working.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I would not want to put our children that cross, going to school every day, twice a day or more, in jeopardy, because we want to identify a pilot demonstration project in our city for a roundabout. You know what I mean?
Right. So what we can do is after we set it up and have the event, we can wait till maybe 1 or 2 council meetings after that and come back with a status of how it's working and how it's doing, and then maybe decide to either shut it down then or leave it a little bit longer, or we can decide today how long we wanted to have it up for.
Yeah, I would say today, let's decide 1 week. If it's working, then we can continue. But I don't know if this is really, if it's truly going to work in the way that some folks are envisioning. And I could be wrong, and you know, I could be completely wrong. But I would say if we could identify 1 week and then be ready to pull it if it's not working. I just wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want to, you know, there have been, you know this, there have been youth that have been struck and killed along Main Avenue, you know, and I don't want to do the trial and error here, you know, even one pedestrian injury is too many. So that's why I'm saying, can we look at something very short term and be ready to pull it? But if it is working out in the way that it's envisioned, then that can continue.
Okay, yeah, if
So-
that is the general direction of the city council, we will proceed accordingly.
I would advise against such a short time. It wouldn't give anybody the time to actually try it. I mean, just look at the bike lanes, right? We've had them for a couple of years and people still aren't adjusted to it. A week is not enough to even measure any data about the project itself. You know, we're talking about Main Street. I think somebody just, you know, that individual riding their bike was killed there only like 2 years ago. So it is important that we take these things into consideration. I don't think that there's a record of, you know, fatalities increasing with these roundabouts. It should be decreasing. That's why they're being pushed. Not only that, but, you know, we're allocating $78,000 for a week trial. It's just going to look wasteful.
So, yeah, to Enrique's point, the traffic circle does slow down traffic. It doesn't stop it like a red light would. And so it eliminates conflict points. A traditional intersection has about 24 conflict points where there's potential accidents. A roundabout only has 8. And so the pedestrian distance, the distance that a pedestrian would have to traverse to cross the traffic circle is a lot less than it would be on a traditional intersection. So we accomplished that by doing the bulb out and bringing in those corners closer together, so the distance to cross the street is less than it would be on a traditional intersection. So we want to be able to demonstrate that in the event, show how pedestrians will interact with it, how vehicles will interact with it, and we plan to have a lot of signage as we approach the intersection, announcing that it's just a demonstration project, just so that public can get a feel of what the roundabout, how it works.
I have mixed emotions about that area because I, like Councilmember Garcia's, I'm very familiar with that area on the north side. And I feel because it is kind of like an entry point, you know, coming in from Irwindale and people coming in from Arrow Highway, we already get a lot of slack or, you know, words about our Main Street. But I stand by the Main Street project and the way we've done it to slow down traffic. But I can see the concerns in terms of you know, educating the community, because, you know, they're going to be using it middle of the night, you know, and trying to go that roundabout thing. And then you're going to have people coming in. I understand Mayor's concern in terms of saying maybe it's not long enough, you know, a week. But I think that 2 weeks, even 3, that's going too long. I don't know if it's going to be well received. I don't know if the community in that area is going to get it. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. I understand it. I would kind of lean towards, yes, let's try it out, but maybe not as, you know, of course, maybe a little bit longer than a week, but maybe not as long as like 3 or a month. You know what I mean? That's going to be too long, too long.
So we expect that the project for the traditional intersection to be within 3 to 4 months from now. So we don't want to leave it out that long. We have to go back and prep it. So there is a constraint on the other end. And I think 2 to 3 weeks to just see how it looks, I think that's reasonable.
Well, again, I think, look, I've been at the forefront of making improvements to our streets so that it's safer for our kids and so that it slows traffic down. I will go on record saying I don't think this is the right intersection for this project. I'm thinking, maybe even Olive and, is it Nubia? No, not, it's Olive and it's further east. The very next intersection further east on Olive. It's smaller.
Phelan? Olive and Phelan?
What is it?
Olive and Phelan?
Phelan.
Phelan,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's another street on the other side, but yes.
So the project forthcoming for the traditional intersection at Olive and Main is also going to bring a traditional signalized intersection to Olive and Phelan at the same time. It's the same project. So Olive and Phelan is also going to be treated with a traditional traffic signal there, where there is not one now, but there will be
Four-way stop
as
sign.
part of the project. Yeah.
And by the way, I was the one that asked for that stop because of exactly the conversation that we're having today. So I'm glad to hear that there will be traffic lights installed. But again, I'm not feeling confident about having a longer term because there is a lot of confusion when it comes to roundabouts, and this is a heavily utilized intersection. And we're having cyclists use it more. We're having pedestrians use it more. And we have not only regular cars and trucks, SUVs, but we have these larger distribution vehicles, like the larger, I'm not going to say big rig, but going in that direction. And I just don't know if it's really going to work in the way that it's envisioned. So I would feel comfortable with like a 1 week just to see how it's going. If it's going well, then great. We can extend it perhaps, but I think we should be ready to pull it if it's not working, because I just don't want to jeopardize any children or any pedestrians that they use that. And it is, you do see a lot of kids crossing the street. I'm telling you right now, they go to Olive School, they go to Holland. It's, and then especially with the closure of Pleasant View, you're going to have even more pedestrians coming in this direction. So
Would the council be, if it goes well, up to 3 weeks? If it's not going so well, no more than a week?
I'm good with, if it's not going well, after a week, pull it. If it's going okay, after a week, then maybe extend it a week, kind of see it that way, but not more than 3. So I'm with Mayor Pro Tem in the sense that let's check it out for a week. How's it going? If it's not, then pull it immediately. I'm with her on that.
Okay. Sounds like
So-
a week if it's not going well, no more than a week. If it's going horribly, we'll pull it right away, right? But
Yeah.
no more than a week. And if it's going well, its terminus would be in 3 weeks, no more than 3 weeks. It could be 2 weeks, but no more than 3 weeks.
And I'm sorry, when do you anticipate this, Sam, to start? When do you anticipate it? Like
So we want to start it in August.
when we go back to school? Then yeah, I'm totally with Mayor Pro Tem on her concerns.
yeah, is there any way we can do it before, like during the summertime?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that better for kids that walk to school?
In terms of, I believe, the student population, it might be better
To do it
sooner
sooner.
than before be familiar with it before the school year begins.
So we have to go back and look at the schedules and analyze all that, and then see if it works, and then I will get back to the council on that. But I'm pretty sure we can do that.
Okay. Yeah, because you understand that concern now. And I'm glad, thank you for mentioning it. Yeah, think about the kids, especially with Pleasant View being closed, right? So we're going to have more pedestrians making their way over probably to the Santa Fe or maybe Getty's, and families, and so it is a little risky to do this trial with more pedestrians than what we've seen, right? With the new school year, it's going to be a new pedestrian pattern for our students and whoever walks with them to school, grandmothers, seniors. So, take that into consideration. And then I had one more question and I forgot. So I guess with that, who wants to make the motion? So I guess the motion is, again, to do this for 1 week. That was my question. Who's going to monitor this to see if it's being effective?
Yeah, so it'll be in-house staff.
Could we ask for additional police presence maybe in that, at that time? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to be doing what's called pedestrian counts and traffic counts, part of the project.
But we've already done that in advance, right? As part of
Yes.
the planning.
So this is the only intersection that has been studied for the roundabout, and full-blown design was made. And so we took that design for the permanent infrastructure, but we made it for a temporary use. And so, the intersection has been studied, and it does meet certain criteria that we would like to demonstrate with the traffic circle.
Okay.
Mayor Portez, I just wanted to clarify. So I understand the 1 week, but is it the intent also to bring it back to a council meeting to give the go-ahead for longer than 1 week? I mean, there's calendar-wise, I think there's a way to do it. If you started the demonstration project 1 week exactly on a Wednesday before a council meeting, then it would go for the week and we could agendize it for a council meeting, and then you can decide that following Wednesday whether it continues the following day or whether you've killed it, basically.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Good suggestion.
Yeah. So then I think the intent would be to have it last for 1 week and then have the council decide on whether you want to prolong that beyond the 1 week to 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever, which means that Sam's going to have to start his project on the Wednesday prior to a council meeting.
Yeah, and so we can do that and open it up on a Wednesday, and then have the event the following Friday or Saturday. We would like to have a sort of a weekend event rather than a midweek event, just for the closure and the demonstration, and then reopen it to the public. And then we'll time it in a way where it is 1 week prior to the council meeting, as Marco pointed out.
Yeah, and preferably before school begins. So please coordinate with the school district on their calendar.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that'll be really important. So, I mean, I'm a little, I'm reluctant to make the motion because I've never really supported this project, but so I'll just say, I don't support this project, but if we are going to proceed, then I would ask that we do a trial for 1 week to gauge how it's going, and then bring it back to the council for further consideration.
I'll second.
All right, City Clerk, roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayala,
Yes.
Mayor Estrada.
No. So 2-1, no.
Motion does not pass.
Motion
2-1.
passes. Yeah, the majority.
Yeah, this did not involve a resolution of any kind, right?
I'm sorry?
There's no resolution here.
No.
No.
Do you want to state, Mayor, why you're a no for the project?
Yeah, I think it's a neat concept and it's an interesting project. I just don't want to risk spending $80,000 on a week-long project. I think that's going to come off as wasteful, and I don't think the community is going to. I think doesn't matter if we pool it, it's going to look bad at the end. Using $80,000 on a week long. I also don't think a week is enough to gather any relevant data. So for that reason, I'm just going to hold off on that.
Do you have an idea of what the time frame you would be looking for?
I'd be more comfortable at the very least 2 weeks. If you do 2 weeks, at least you double it. I think what's going to happen, the first week, people are going to just, in general, complain about it. They're not going to like it. It's a big change from streetlights. So, if we only take the week-long comments to it, it's going to, we're going to have to fold the project right away without anybody getting over that bias of liking the streetlight, gathering any potential data after that. So, I'm just not entirely sure what the data gathering looks like for Public Works either. But it passed either way, so we still have time to think about it. If something changes or if we learn something else, we can always bring that discussion back as the project gets closer to fruition.
Well, what we can also take into consideration, what qualifies as being effective, right, for Public Works. It's one thing. We're still getting a lot of pushback on the changes that we made to Main Avenue, so that's not really what makes it effective or not effective, And so, Sam, if you can take that into consideration as we're identifying like what is effective, and it has to do more with the traffic flow and how the vehicular traffic is like without issue or with issue, right? So those kinds of criteria versus how people feel about it.
Absolutely.
That's a good idea. Would you be able to kind of make a list of what you're going to be able to measure, or what exactly it is you're measuring, and what data you're going to be able to compare it to?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can put together sort of like a list of what we are looking for, what we want to see, and bring it back to the City Council and report on that.
Okay.
And that's where I think it would be important too, Sam, is to have eyes on the project, on the pilot, to see like truly what is happening, so that it's like different kinds of data to consider. If we see near misses or things like that, that's something to take into consideration too.
Not because it's material anymore, because you've already voted on it, but this was going to be a contract approval, right?
Yes.
So is there anything, just so that the council knows what will happen to the contract?
For the time frame?
Yeah, so let's say there's no decision right now. Well, it was not approved. Does the contract have a certain time of validity? The draft contract?
Right. No, we can go back and renegotiate. We can pull back from the contract, not move forward with it. So there's a lot of flexibility.
Okay.
Does this contract cover going back to the regular street?
Yeah, so the $45,000 from the grant, it addresses the installation and the demonstration event. And the local match from the city is to remove and restore in prep for the traffic signal project.
Okay, so potentially the time doesn't really affect. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's for our city attorney, but it might not affect your contract as long as it doesn't include. There's not a time.
Correct.
Stamped in there. Okay, so it should be okay. Yeah. And then, like I said, we can probably follow back up on. Once we get closer to the project and see how it's going. I know for a fact. Changing streets are a little scary. But it is. I think it's. We just have to be sure about what we want to do or how we want to go about it. So it's approved. In the meantime, we can gather some more info. You can kind of let us know what your, we can go on an educational journey for the now, and then we'll see how it works out.
Great. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, can I ask a question just for clarification? So just want to confirm that it was item 7 that passed 2-1, right? And I know that Enrique just alluded to it not passing, so I want to just
Oh,
confirm.
it did pass.
It did pass 2-1.
Correct.
Right, okay.
Great. So I think that settles that. We are on to item number 8. Item number 8 is the request for additional appropriations to cover expenditures needed for operations through the end of fiscal year 2022-2023. This doesn't affect. Okay. Well, you know, I actually don't even have a comments on this. This should be okay, unless any other council members have a comment. I thought it was I misread it, and I thought it was about the budget for the next one, so I was going to hold it over. Not, there's no comments or questions. We can make a motion to approve it. That's okay with everybody. So I'll make a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
City Clerk, roll call, please.
Mayor Estrada,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayala.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0.
Great, thank you for that. Item number 9, the administrative and legal assistance for tenants and landlords in the city of Baldwin Park. I know that we were looking into partnering with potential nonprofits on this, and I do think it is really important. You know, as time goes by, it only makes each individual situation a little bit difficult as more time passes by, more rent's being allocated, more costs are being increased in matter of who owes who what or how things should happen. So we do want to treat this with with urgency. I wanted to see what our options are beyond what we've been doing now. And one of the things I'd like to consider is see, if we're able to hire maybe like a paralegal or something that's not exactly an attorney, but in the legal field that can help ramp up these efforts. And then just, when we hear about an apartment complex, we could just deal with that apartment complex as one, rather than going, individual by individual, just also working towards that preventative effort so that we don't have to keep going through this process, because it is going to get, it is costly.
Thank you, Mayor. And so, as you indicated, we had gotten into this with all the full extent of urgency that the council had directed us to bring somebody on board to help our staff in housing, and knowing that there were going to be an increase in cases once all of the COVID-related protections had lapsed at the end of March. And so, as difficult a time as it was to try to bring somebody on board in the nonprofit world and the public interest nonprofit world, we did have some good lead with Shirla, and went back and forth, not easily, because it was difficult to secure times for discussion, to be able to try to work something out. We had some false starts, if you will, and we simply were not able to come to an agreement, mostly because of availability. They're very spread thin everywhere right now, the entire organization. So with your direction, what we're hoping to do is to essentially use a model as you're describing, which would be to try to bring somebody aboard to help us with the outreach, people who can be on the street, doing almost door knocking, if you will, but visiting folks. So that'll be more of an outreach outfit, not a legal person, not that could be something that we can do very affordably, we think. And then bring in the cases, depending on what they are, hopefully. A lot of times, cases can be resolved just by having access to the right information, both by the tenants and by the landlord. That's the ideal mode of resolution that we're hoping to achieve, a good number of them. We also know that there'll be those that will escalate in complexity. So what we're hoping to do is, first, the first front of resolution would be there, literally, while the outreach teams are in the street. If it doesn't happen there, then there could be an administrative way of remedying it, which would include our staff, or even paralegal staff from one of our law firms, ideally our city attorney law firm, but at the paralegal level, as you pointed out. If it does become far more complicated from either side, either the tenant or the landlord, and it requires legal intervention of some form, with the council's okay, then we would be prepared to bring that assistance on board.
I also think it's really important to make sure that we work on a informational blitz. I don't think we've done enough to push that out there. Maybe putting it on the now, making sure that we have a brochure at city facilities, and and then also just working with whatever management companies that we're aware of, or apartment associations, or any sort of association, realtors, dispersing that information to them as well, so that they're aware of that. Especially like commercial ones where they're buying and selling apartment complexes, so that they're aware of what the what it is to own and be a landlord here in the city of Baldwin Park. And also just so that we are doing our part, we've put this ordinance in place, and it's really important that we push to make sure that people are aware of it and that we're upholding it.
Yes, we will do. So we will come up with, for sure, an outreach team that we will bring back to the city council, and then some arrangement with a legal team that will also be ready to be activated when needed. So we will owe you a report back on that.
Okay. Great. Is there any other comments or questions from council? Okay. All right. If not, I will make a motion to approve. Can I have a second?
Second.
All right. City Clerk, roll call, please.
Mayor Estrada,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayala.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0.
Great. And we have reports of officers. Item 11, adoption of resolution number 2023-016, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Baldwin Park, California, adopting the fiscal year 2023 project list to be funded by Senate Bill 1, SB 1, the Road Repair and Accountability Act of 2017. City Attorney, this is a resolution. Do we need a 3-0 to pass? We do need a 3-0 to pass. Is there any comments on item 11 from council or staff?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So as you mentioned in the resolution, this item adopts a resolution that will prepare a projects list for submittal for the projects to receive funding through the SB1. This is the Road Repair and Accountability Act of 2017. We do this every year and adopt projects and through the project list, send it to the state for approval after resolution approval adoption from the council. This year, we are scheduled to receive 1.7 million, and that will be discussed later. And so what we did, instead of putting this on the consent agenda, which is normally how we present this item, we wanted to present it here because we use a lot of this funding for paving of streets. And so what we want to do is we prepared a presentation to give you a paving update. And so that's how we're able to provide you a presentation today. We're not going to focus so much on SB1 more than our paving program and the status of where we're at right now. This is in response to direction staff received last council meeting. So I'd like to ask.
Sam?
Yeah.
Could we take up this item and approve it and then bring back that list for the full council to see? I think it would be really beneficial for everybody to see it and provide input. Would that be okay? I don't want to throw off the plans, but since there's only 3 of us here.
Absolutely. I think that is a great idea.
Okay, thank you. So we can go ahead and approve the item.
Yes.
And then we can bring back the list.
Great.
The next meeting or whenever you guys decide.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. And thank you for all the preparation.
No problem. Thank you.
Great. Is there a motion?
Sure, I'll motion to approve item number 11. Does it?
I second.
Okay, City Clerk, roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayala,
Yes.
Mayor Estrada.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0.
All right. So item number 12, award of agreement to Civic Plus LLC for website hosting, redesign, and maintenance services. Manny?
Yes, sir, Mayor. Thank you very much. Tonight we have the opportunity and the pleasure of showcasing the city's proposed website. And we have Mr. Solomon Grover from Civic Plus LLC that will be presenting a presentation, a brief and precise presentation to the City Council. We also have Ms. Helen Hernandez, Community Service Supervisor, in the audience that spearheaded this project for the city. It was a multidisciplinary approach. All cities participated in this project, and I'm very happy to say staff negotiated a better than a fair price, as well as we received lots of upgrades. And Mr. Solomon, who is also the individual that provided us those cookies that you have on your desk, compliments of his better half that crafted those. But Solomon, go ahead and take it away. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and Council. Really appreciate you allowing me to come and talk. And my beautiful wife and I have just been overwhelmed with how wonderful a community Baldwin Park is. So thank you. We're really excited. Go ahead and advance this slide. Or do I do that here? Okay, perfect. So, this project has been really near and dear to me for years, actually. Once I was able to see Baldwin Park, I really wanted to partner with them or with you for our website. I always like to start with the end in mind. So some of the things, and I believe you guys have handouts as well, but I like to begin with, where do we want to end up with? And some of these motivators were a piece to what we had started with, and also we had taken from the RFP that we responded to. So things like ADA accessibility is one, showcasing the community and driving new business, new residents, and also just really providing an enhanced customer service for the community to be able to have a really actionable experience and on mobile, whatever, very easy to do any kind of action with the city. Going to advance. So Civic Plus, if you haven't heard of us, we have over 12,000 local governments that we have partnered with. Actually, in the LA County, we have over 70 municipalities that we partner with as well, including the county. So, you're joining a great family. Folks like Beverly Hills, Malibu, Azusa, San Gabriel, they all have trusted Civic Plus. And we like to be more than just, somebody that hands communities a nice website, but we like to be a trusted advisor on how to enhance your community engagement and really drive resident satisfaction. So those numbers are great, but I always believe in just, the one-to-one, community with government is so important. Want to advance? So today we're talking about Civic Engage, which is the website portion. We drive community engagement with that website, but we also have many other different platforms. So in this partnership, which many communities have, decades-long partnerships with Civic Plus, we like to be able to offer you other solutions to see if it's a right fit. We're not going to force you to have anything that we offer here, but all of our solutions are integrated with each other to make it very easy for staff and also citizens to interact with. When it advance. When I started in Civic Plus about 2015, this is kind of what local government websites look like, and I like to call them like billboards. They were just there for people to go and find a phone number to call to complain, really, right? So go to advance. The new websites now they have to be beautiful. They have to be built mobile first. So whether it's a phone, a tablet, a desktop, it works on everything. And also it has to be very, very actionable. So having a 2-click or less methodology when you're designing the website is just really key in driving customer satisfaction. Put in advance. And the ability to have microsites within the website. So this is Daytona Beach's police website, which looks similar to the main city's page. But I don't know if you can see it, but the graphic buttons at the bottom, the menus, and even the social media that's integrated there, those are all specific to the police, which allows an even more direct channel from citizens when they're trying to interact with their government. Go ahead, advance. We are going to build a custom website for the city of Baldwin Park. We're going to do this by understanding the community, getting feedback from staff, and having a lot of interaction with you when we're laying out your designs. Color palettes, imagery, that's all going to be really key to delivering a wonderful site. Go ahead, advance. So for the project, it's not going to be super scary for staff. We really try to do all of the heavy lifting for you. We've done it thousands of times, and so we have a really good methodology behind what we bring to the table for it. So things like having a dedicated art director, a project manager that is credentialed as a project manager and not just some random person off the street. But we're all going to lead to that end goal of having a beautiful website that we launch. And then once you launch, we have a customer service team that has won international customer service awards 5 years in a row now. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, we are here to help you at any moment. Coordinate events. So why do over 12,000 local governments pick Civic Plus? Coordinate events. It's because we have a civic experience platform, which those 3 bullets there, the personalized, one-stop, and frictionless. That's what we're going to work every day to improve our platform, to make it that way, to make it feel like, this was just a custom designed action when your residents are coming on to your site to do any kind of actions. Go ahead, advance, please. I have a couple of before and afters. I know I kind of like to see that. This is Rockford, Illinois. This is their old site. It didn't look actually too bad, but this is their new site now with Civic Plus. The old site actually wasn't mobile responsive. So even though it looked good on desktop, you'd have to scroll back and forth on a phone. Whereas their new site is totally mobile responsive. We actually build the mobile site first, and then the desktop site on top of it. So it's really built to be used on mobile. They have a predictive search, and at the bottom right there, that's a chatbot, which, as Manny alluded to, the City of Baldwin Park does have in your solution, which is really important because the chatbot can have any language presented to it, and it will respond to the presenter in that same language. There's very, very easy interactions there multilingually. We're also going to put the chatbot on your site now to help drive the design of your new site. So we're going to have really good analytics when we're doing that. We're going to advance one more time. Then social media integrations. We're going to have different ways that we're going to present how you can do it, but ultimately we want to make this your website, not Civic Plus's website. We're going to advance. The City of Laverne was another one that was really fun. This is their old site. Again, kind of static, very, very link heavy, not really inviting. We're going to advance. This is their new site with us. Graphic buttons at the bottom, you'll have a library of those so they can be easily changed by staff. We really empower you guys to have a lot of interactions with your website and being able to make changes on the fly. Go ahead, advance. I didn't do a very good job of snipping this part up, but at the top, you actually have 40 modules built within the website for the CMS. One of them is the Alert Center, which is the ability to turn on an alert on the home page or any other departmental pages inside. And citizens can subscribe to this. We're going to advance one more. So this is another module within the website solution, which is called Notify Me. And that gives you the ability to have an unlimited amount of subscription services via email or text. So that's kind of a fun thing that you can create and refine over the life of the website, because it is a living, breathing thing, and it's going to be changed continually over time. Go ahead, advance. Yeah, here's some of the categories: newsletter generators, even having the ability to have all of the calendars with the agendas are really great to have the ability to subscribe to. Go ahead, advance. So how do we get you to that live website that we're really excited to present? This is kind of a rough timeline. We say, 6 to 8 months is pretty average. But again, we have a tried and true method how to get you there. We're going to be your guides through this journey. It's going to be really fun, and I can't wait to see the site go live. I think that might be it. If you want to advance one more time. Yeah, perfect. So thank you so much. We're really excited, and welcome to the Civic Plus family. Any questions?
Thank you for that presentation.
Sure.
I'm glad you're excited about the project. I think it's a good sign for us, right?
Yeah.
But I think we're all excited about that project and making sure that our website is friendly. It's going to be one of the first things residents and also potential stakeholders look at, when they're trying to learn about Baldwin Park. So I think, we're all excited. I'm excited. I want to be able to navigate it a little bit better. But yeah, so I don't know if comments from staff or council members, do you have the floor?
Yeah, I want to say it looks really good. I love the interactivity or the, how it's more simplified, right? To be able to interact with the website. And I know for me, when I have tried to go, I think it's to city clerk, and then I find the minutes and agenda and all of it. It's like you really have to dig. And so I look forward to seeing a better organization, and it just seems like a better interaction.
Great.
Yeah.
I too want to thank you for your presentation. I appreciate your enthusiasm as well. I think it looks great as well, and I think it's very user-friendly, which is something that I appreciate. And I also like the whole idea of, from different devices, able to access it. So I appreciate it, and I look forward to the journey with you and see where you take us.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
Absolutely. I would like to give a special, I'm so sorry. I would like to give a special shout out to Helen, who has just been an absolute pleasure to work with. And to the point, she did negotiate an incredibly great price. So the amount that we were able to put in were really just like a loaded project with the key things that are going to future-proof your virtual city hall, which I think is so great.
So, yeah.
I meant to ask you very briefly, how does the chat feature work? It's artificial intelligence that's responding. It
is, yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's AI first, and staff has the ability to tag items or journeys. Journeys is the nerdy word to use on it, but you can tag whatever journeys that you think people are going to be coming to, and you can always change those over time. But you can always use analytics as well to have those quick journeys. So AI is going to handle the first, but then you have the ability to turn it on where they can click a button and talk to staff or other pieces if they're not finding the right information.
I thought you were going to ask about the city manager's newsletter. No, thank you, Helen. Yes, we do have excellent staff in our recreation community services across the board, but we do appreciate Helen and all of her work and commitment to the projects here at the city. As far as like a subscribing feature, so if I am a community member, I can go on and subscribe for the regular agenda to be sent to me, and that's
absolutely right.
Okay, that's great. Mm-hmm.
Mayor and council members, I'd also like to highlight and mention that the police department will also be under the same website as the city of Baldwin Park. So currently the police department has their own website and the city has their own website. So with this new software, we will be under the same umbrella.
Well, that's good. We benefit both websites. Good. Well, we're very excited. And of course, thank you, Helen, and our staff, our RCS. I know you just had your little boot camp. So very nice. But yeah, we're very glad you were enthusiastic about this project. That's always a good sign for all of us. We're very enthusiastic about it, and we're very excited to see this come to fruition. So thank you for being with us today.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Great.
Are we gonna help design it, or who's gonna? Sure.
Put your designer hat on.
I mean, maybe you guys could take like the bigger piece and then. sense.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, this is is this a resolution? Oh, okay. Well, this is item number 12 and the award of the agreement to Civic Plus. So I will make a motion to approve it. Can I have a second?
Second.
City Clerk, roll call, please.
Mayor Estrada,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia,
Yes.
Councilmember Ayala,
Yes.
motion passes.
All right. Thank you for that. City Clerk, your voice changed.
Birthday.
So we're down to our communications, but our Councilwoman Avila is not here. However, Councilmember Damian did ask me to relay that 4th of July is coming up, so we do want to make sure that we prepare our PSAs and encourage people to stay away from illegal fireworks. Remind everybody that they are a danger, that they could lead to a potential fatality and unwarranted fire. So we want to make sure we keep our community safe. So making sure that our PD and our recreation staff and all of our administrative staff work together to make sure that we relay that message to our community. With that being said, is there any comments or questions from staff or council?
Mayor,
Yes.
I just want to thank Miss Catherine again from the library for being here, and I look forward to your summer read program that you usually have for the students. So thank you for being here. And I wanted to acknowledge, I think he left, Director David Muse from the Valley County Water District. And I also want to acknowledge our school board member, Deanna Robles, for being here today. I appreciate you. And thank you for everything you do for me and for our students in our community. So thank you for being here. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you for that. And so we will adjourn our meeting, and we will do so in memory of Jennifer Barendret. And we will make sure that the staff and city stays aware of that and make sure that we lend our support during these times and throughout the services. With that being said, I will move to adjourn the meeting. Is there any objections? If not, meeting is adjourned. Good night, everybody.